If you were able to watch it, just your impressions of that moment that happened.
Yeah, really exciting game. They had an amazing tournament, from start to finish, and I was able to watch, I think maybe half the game and had to go to bed. So, but it was great. They an amazing team, an amazing accomplishment, and they should be really proud.
Marie-Philippe Poulin is one of those players that whenever there's a big moment, she's just constantly scoring goals. As someone who tries to do the same in big moments, how much respect do you have for someone that just continues to be able to perform on that stage?
Yeah, it's so impressive. She's done it time and time again, and she did it again last night. So, it's an amazing accomplishment for her and for her team, and for all the women that played. It was really, really impressive from start to finish.
If I can just double down on that, because you've been in those shoes where, it's a big gold medal game somewhere and everyone's looking at Connor McDavid to have a big game. And Poulin just does it 4 Olympics in a row. She doesn't just get a couple assists, she scores huge goals. Like, what's that take?
Yeah, it takes, first and foremost, a great player. It takes someone that doesn't shy away from those moments, and she certainly hasn't done that. Like I said, she's done it time and time again, and it's so impressive to see what she's done.
Okay, so you haven't been able to go to the last 2 Olympics. You've been outspoken about that. Is it difficult for you to watch that game last night as a guy that could have been there having the same experience?
It's not about me today. Not about anything else other than what they did over there, and it's such a big accomplishment, and just as a Canadian, just really proud of what they did accomplish, and how well they performed.
Connor, moving ahead to tonight, in 2017, you guys were very good 5-on-5. I think like plus 26 or 7. The last 11 games, you're plus 9 5-on-5. Do you see a connection that your team is better 5-on-5 in both zones, defensively and offensively, than you have been in a few years?
Just a little more connected all over the ice. Just finding, there's kind of layers all over the ice, and 5 guys kind of around the puck a lot more. So that certainly helps.
And, the 5-on-5 has really won you guys a lot of games lately. The power play for your level obviously isn't where you want it to be. You're getting similar amount of shots. The last game, the Kings really pressured you guys. Have teams played you different? What do you think you guys have to tweak to get your power play back to where you want it to be?
Yeah, I mean, teams are going to change it up. We've had teams that are really passive and sit back, and LA last game was super aggressive, and they wanted to challenge us. So, we're going to see different kills, and they're going to adapt, and now we gotta change what we're doing, and not change what we're doing, but make some tweaks here and there, and get it back on track.
Hey, Connor, one more little thing on the Olympics. You've got Darnell Nurse, who's a #1 defenseman in the NHL, and he's barely the most famous athlete in his family. Do you guys kind of marvel at what that crew's been able to accomplish?
I don't know what it is in the Nurse blood, but it's pretty amazing. They've produced just amazing athletes just from top to bottom through that whole family. So Darnell's certainly one of them. But it's amazing to see what that family's done.
There has to be like a base, a commitment, or a work ethic at the heart of that. It's not just you're not born that way.
No, for sure. I think I think they all push each other. They all push each other to be better, and it's I'm sure they're a proud group today, just with everything that Sarah's accomplished, and they always seem to have some family member at these big events, and obviously Nurse, he's still playing great in the NHL, so it's impressive to see.
I don't want to read too much into it, but through a few games here, you've got different lines scoring goals. You've got, fourth line players that are playing valuable and meaningful minutes. Do you feel like the group as a whole is just kind of empowered? Everybody's chipping in a meaningful way right now, and how important is that? Yeah,
it's really important. I think the wins have been total team efforts, and that's so important. And I think it's been good.
At the start of this, you were asked about minutes, and if your guys' minutes come down as the guys who play the most, you said whatever it takes to win. We've seen, them come down a little bit. Are you noticing a difference with maybe late in games, how much energy you have left? Is there something noticeable in the deployment that has affected you in any way?
Yeah, not really. I maybe a little bit. I'm not sure. Like I said, whatever Woody wants to do, I'm all on board.
Just one for me. As journalists, we always face this when there's a coaching change, and it's the coaching bump or whatever we want to call it. The previous coaches wanted you guys to probably, I assume, to be more connected in all three zones and to play tighter defense and all those things. Mike Smith said the other day that this team, the players, have looked at this and said, okay, it's now or never. Is this about the players saying it's now or never, this better 5-on-5 play, or has Woody come in and given you some different plans, some different tweaks?
I would say it's probably a little bit of both there. Woody's certainly come in and he's put his touches on things, and as players, obviously, whenever there's a coaching change, I think across the league, you always see a little bit of a spike. So, it's always different to get a fresh voice in there, and sometimes that helps. And it's like I said, it's only been 3 games, and we got a long way to go.